want Tom. How about that? And then you just may have heard a second ago, Bruce Arians saying, look, he's a great kid. His old college teammate, Terry McLaurin, great kid, great players. But the G in GOAT stands for greatest. Be careful, kid.
He's a hell of a player. Obviously, making him a captain as a rookie speaks volumes. And both those kids from Ohio State, he and McLaren, are great kids. And but he's a handful. But so is Sweat, Payne, the rest of those guys. Ryan Kerrigan, I've had a ton of respect for a long time. So we'll have our hands full. But that it's one of those games where you better watch what you wish for.
So that's the deal. Bruce Arians weighing in after Chase Young threw it down. Just a reminder, Bruce Arians is going to join Greeny this morning. Greeny is joining us right after we're done, 10 a.m. Eastern. So beginning today, Mike Greenberg begins his new show right after we're done. Greeny taking you inside the stories of the day as only he can. The newsmakers you'd expect, the A-listers, interacting with you every single weekday. From Keyshawn, J. Will, and Zubin right into Greeny weekday mornings on ESPN Radio. And right out of the chute, he's going to have Bruce Arians join him at 10:30 a.m. Eastern on day one for his reaction to what essentially has been a little bit of a little tete-a-tete. Also, Pat McAfee will join this morning at 10:15 a.m., so right out of the gate. All right, Key, what do you think?
Well, I mean, look, man, I don't think that Chase Young's words will bother or ignore or anything like that to Tom Brady. Like, Brady's not, the dude's 50 years old. Man. He's heard everything going from people, right? Think about it. Many years that he's played in New England, all the chatter about whether it was Spygate or you did this or deflated balls or he's heard it all. Like, that bounces off a wall and goes nowhere. It's just, I get it. Chase Young's young. He's fired up. You say some stuff in the locker room, somebody picks it up, and they think it's juicy noise. Now, Bruce Arians is right, though. In the end, you could get torched. And if you get torched, I'm going to use that against you now. If we coming into Washington and we hang 50, which is a 50-pack, 50 pounds, on you, then I'm going to let you know. And if we lose, then you got the right to say whatever you want to say. But if I get you, and I'm not going to let you know, I'm not going to clap back. I'm just going to do my job. But as that clock starts to tick away, I'm going to certainly go like this and point to it and let you know. Next time, you need to keep your damn mouth closed. And that's it.
Who doesn't want to crack the GOAT? Like, who doesn't want to beat Tom Brady up? Tom Brady, King, you said he's 50 years old. He can barely move in the pocket. Okay, he's been sacked at least.
Yeah, but damn.
No, he's really good. No, I'm not saying that he's not really good. He's incredibly well. He's incredibly good of a player. But look, he's only been sacked 22 times, right? They allowed 22 sacks this season. It's fourth least in the NFL. So, but this is not basketball. This is not a mano-a-mano type of race here. Chase Young has to actually get through that line. He has to get through that line. So my thing is, a guy who is going to be Defensive Rookie of the Year, who leads all rookies in sacks with 7.5 sacks per game, like, I want to hear him talk this way. This is his shot to crack the GOAT. Now, whether he actually gets to do that or not, that would be up to the game. But I love the mentality that he has. And we have Jason Wright on our show multiple times, who is the president for the Washington football team. And he always talks about the culture of the franchise. He is a captain. You want your captain to be hungry. You want him to have that drive, that grit. Now, I don't expect the Washington football team to win this game. I expect the Bucs to win this game. So I almost feel like it's playing with house money. If Chase Young gets a crack at Tom Brady and they have a chance to win the game, great, incredible. If they lose, nobody's going to say, well, we really expected the Washington football team to win this game. So I think it's a win-win for Chase Young. I like this leadership style, and I like that hunger he brings to the leadership style.
Look, one of the things that Tom Brady struggled with throughout his career is a pass rush, something that they certainly have in Washington with Jack Del Rio leading the charge as a defensive coordinator and Ron Rivera, defensive-minded head coach, on that staff. So when you start to think about the recipe for Tom Brady, yes, Chase Young coming and bending the edge, going to Tom Brady, sack fumbles, all of those sort of things. The only thing with this is you now put a lot of pressure on your teammates not just you, but also your teammates to deliver.
How?
Because one, Jay, is when you start talking, they now have to back you up. That's just how it is in the NFL. Once one person says something, the other 10 on that defense, they've got to now back it up, because if they don't do their job, if Chase Young bends the corner and he doesn't get to Tom Brady and the back end doesn't hold up, and then all of a sudden you got Godwin running down the middle of the field, you in trouble. So you got to think through these things. It's not just as simple as fun talking noise. It's also in the back of certain people's minds. When they get a hold of you, and that's when you get into trouble. That's all I'm saying. In the end, that scoreboard could be different. That's all I'm saying.
All I'm saying that the Bucks are 8.5 favorite in this ball game, a touchdown plus. So, like I'm saying, the Washington football team is playing with house money. We're not going into this game. Do you expect the Washington football team to win this game? I know you're going to say they have a chance.
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Okay, even better. Even better, Key.
That's the beauty of the playoffs. That Washington football team defense is certainly pretty stout, but Tom Brady and the offense have been just as stout on the other side the last few weeks, for sure. On the way,
winning head coach Mike Tomlin, who's never, ever had a subpar 500 season as a head coach. Does that mean that he's not competing and he's not giving it 100% in the integrity of the game? Go to another example. Does that mean, Jay and Zubin, that Hall of Fame head coach in Tony Dungy, Super Bowl winning head coach in Tony Dungy, who turned around the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and turned them into legit contenders year in and year out, by the way, has set many players over time, whether it was Indy, when they had a chance to go 16-0 and they decided not to, or whether it was in Tampa Bay when he decided we can't change our seating, so therefore a number of our star players are going to sit on the sidelines and relax, and if we win, we win. If we don't, we don't. We're good. Or many other head coaches around the league that have been successful. Does that mean that they disrespect the NFL and the integrity of the game? Hell no. So why are you trying to set this narrative that is what it is, Joe Judge? Because that's not it. Why, when Philadelphia makes a decision, I understand you wanted to backdoor into the playoffs. How about winning more football games? How about doing that to start? Then you could go on and say things that make sense, because clearly everybody's not aligned around the National Football League with his thinking, because the Kansas City Chiefs this year allowed the San Diego or the LA Chargers to get a victory because they decided